Coach, you guys have a lot of good returning players, which is amazing, but you're at a disadvantage because you've only played 2 games this year. You had some hiccups with football, a good hiccup, but you're at a disadvantage in that sense. How do you plan to combat that tonight?
Well, we're stressing the process right now. We're in the evaluation process too. We're still missing a key player tonight, and we need to evaluate our bench. And the bottom line is these games are awesome for us. We're not worried about the outcome right now. We're worried about getting a lot better. And long term, we got a really nice group here. But we just got to get caught up and get healthy.
And you guys had such a great season last year, and I know you had your sights set on more, and you were disappointed in that. So I know you're thinking beyond this. You're thinking getting to state and beyond, correct?
Well, actually, I'm thinking about tonight, and I know it's coach speak. I know you're asking the right questions. But honestly, I want to enjoy the journey and the process, because if I don't, I get nuts. So I'm going to enjoy this group. We're going to get better every night. We want to go to the state tournament. That's everybody's goal, but I'm not going to talk about it too much.
All right, thank you so much. Good luck tonight, Coach.
All right, thank you very much.
Coach, coming into tonight's game, obviously it's a big game. I'm sure you guys don't need much motivation to get up and ready for this one.
Yeah, Marawood South game on an opposing team's floor. Stratford ran through the league undefeated last year. We're got to be ready to go for sure.
How do you guys kind of get back on track? I know you had a tough couple of games, double overtime loss. I mean, that's tough to take, but you kind of got to come out here and turn things a different way. How are you going to do that tonight?
Well, yeah, we got to take care of the ball. It starts with that. I mean, the last 2 games we've turned it over too many times. If we can take care of the ball and the ball can move side, top, side, well, we'll be okay, but that's going to be a big, tall task here tonight.
All right, thank you so much, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carrie. As we get set here, as we hear the school song, this is Steve Okonik alongside Carrie Gillespie as we get ready for Marawood Conference basketball, Marawood South Conference showdown here between the Stratford Tigers and the Marathon Red Raiders. I'm Steve Okonik, and we're about 1 minute here till national anthems and introductions. We will take those from our PA announcer here in Stratford. As Carrie was saying, Marathon on a 2-game losing streak here. 2 tough games, losing in double overtime to a very strong Division II Medford team, and then losing in Auburndale on Friday night. So looking to turn things around here. Stratford only 2 games in so far, so we will see how that works out for them as their first real test of the season here against a very strong Marathon club. We're going to turn it over to the PA announcer and get our starting lineups and national anthem coming up here shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Stratford High School for tonight's Marawood South matchup featuring the Marathon Red Raiders and your defending Marawood South Conference champion, the Stratford Tigers. Stratford High School welcomes all players, parents, and fans from both schools. Stratford High School, Marathon High School, and the WIAA require good sportsmanship at education-based sporting events. Attendance at interscholastic activities is a privilege with the expectation to exhibit positive and respectful behavior. For the enjoyment and respect of all in attendance, your cooperation in demonstrating the high ideals of sportsmanship is expected and greatly appreciated. At this time, we ask those that are able to please stand, remove your hat, and place your hand over your heart as we join the Stratford High School Pep Band as we honor America, those currently defending our freedom, and all veterans with the playing of the national anthem. thank you to Mr. Rinkinger, the high school pep band, and all military personnel. And now, introducing the starting lineup for the visiting Marathon Red Raiders. Starting at guard, a 6'2" sophomore, number 3, Jaden Keller. Starting at forward, a 6'5" senior, number 4, Clark Mao. Starting at forward, a 6'2" junior, number 12, Matt Vandeboom. Starting at guard, a 6'1" junior, number 22, Mike Hahn. And at forward, a 6'3" junior, number 33, Brock Warren. The head coach for the Marathon Red Raiders is Adam Jacobson. And now, Tiger fans, let's hear you make some noise. Here's the starting lineup for your Stratford Tigers. Starting at guard, a 6' senior, number 1, Teddy Redmond. Starting at guard, a 5'10" junior, number 10, Max Vanderbilt. Starting at guard, a 6'3" senior, number 11, Chandler Schmidt. Starting at guard, a 6'3" senior, number 12, Dawson Danon. And at center, a 6'7" senior, number 24, Benjamin Barton. The head coach for the Stratford Tigers is Kurt Schmidt. He is assisted by Bill Knetter, Derek Austin, and Corey Heckel. A note to all fans to please enjoy tonight's game in a positive.
All right, we are ready for basketball here from Stratford High School as we get the Tigers and the Red Raiders ready to tip this one off. We got Clark Mao and Ben Barton in the center circle. Carrie, any thoughts on this one as we wait to get it going?
I'm excited to see this. You know, I played in the Marawood, and it is some good basketball, so I'm just excited to be along for the ride. Thanks for having me, Stephen.
Absolutely. Big game in the Marawood as we get a good feel for where this Marawood Conference race is going to go. Tip goes to Stratford, and we are underway. As Max Vandenhoof brings it across, gets it into the corner here. This is Chandler Schmidt. Schmidt drives into the lane, gets cut off, holding, gets it up back up top to Teddy Redmond. Redmond, guarded by Vandeboom, gets it all the way over Vandehoof. Vandehoof drives the baseline, out into the corner. That is Danon. Danon, now he drives into the lane, up, no, rebound, comes down to Clark Mao. And Marathon quickly into the front court. Marathon, obviously on that, as you talked to Coach Jacobson, on that two-game losing streak. This is Clark Mao, gets it to Jaden Keller at the top, all the way around. That's Brock Warren on the far side. Back up, that is Vandeboom. Vandeboom to Keller, up, no, rebound comes down to Schmidt. Stratford pushing, Schmidt gets into the corner, Redmond. Redmond brings it back up here to the top, tosses it up top here to Vanderhoof. Vanderhoof gets it back to Redmond. Redmond into the lane. Looking, turning up, no, rebound back down to Clark Mao. Both teams getting forward. This is Keller for 3, up, that will hit the support and turn over to Stratford.
Fast pace. We got some good looks, but they just didn't fall, especially Stratford. They had a good look at those 2 buckets.
Yep.
Just couldn't get to fall.
Absolutely. This is Vandehoof across. Gives it to Redmond on the far side. All the way back around. Vandehoof here on the near side. Down low, Barton. Barton immediately double teamed. Gets it back up to Schmidt, almost across the line. Corrals it and will reset the offense. Schmidt. Long 3, Schmidt. No, rebound. Barton up, yes. Ben Barton for 2, and quickly we are ahead here. Down the lane foul. No shot, but that will be a foul.
Falls on number 12, Vanderboom. That's his first team first.
Sorry, as we're having a few minor difficulties. There we go. Everything back up now. Sorry about that. As we will reset here. Officials having a conversation, determining, and that will stay with Stratford. Two nothing here, 15:50 left. Inbound to Schmidt. Schmidt down low, Barton. Barton working on Warren. Oh, no. Barton tries to get the rebound, ends up out in the hands of Clark Mao. Again, Marathon pushing quickly, fast pace here, early going. Gets it to Keller. Keller back up top to Clark Mao. Mao over to Mike Hahn. Hahn into the corner, Warren. Warren back up top, that is Keller. Working on Redmond. Keller gets it to Vanderboom. Vanderboom to Hahn. Looking in. Gets it all the way around here to Warren. Warren will try the three. No. Rebound to Schmidt. And Stratford, again, moving quickly into the front court. This is Vanderhoof back up top and around to Schmidt. Schmidt driving underneath. Up. Yes. Chandler Schmidt with his first points of the game. And Marathon quickly, again, the other way. This is Warren. Working on Barton at the three-point line. Around to Clark Mao in front of the Stratford bench. Mao back to the center. Gives hands off to Vanderboom. Vanderboom here near side Warren. Warren back to Vanderboom. Gets it to Hahn. Hahn to the far side. That is Keller. All the way back around to Clark Mao. Mao back to Keller. At the top, working on Redmond. To Mike Hahn. Down low. They try and get it into Clark Mao underneath. Ball down. This is Hahn up, and he will be fouled. And that should send Mike Hahn to the line for two. And it will. That foul is on Dawson Danon, his first, team first. Hahn to the line for two. First free throw, good.
On the board.
On the board for Marathon. 4-1. Second free throw here from Hahn is also good. First points of the game for Marathon. As this is Schmidt. Schmidt gets it up top, Dannon. Tries to get it down low, Barton a little too deep. Barton pushes back up, no rebound. Back up, foul and count it.
I can tell you right now, Marathon does not have an answer for him. Physically, there's no one on the floor that's as big as him. And you can see, you said it before, they double teamed him almost right away. But if they're a little bit late on any of that double team and he gets ground, I mean, he's been able to do pretty much whatever he wants so far. He's missed a couple of close ones, though, but he's not always going to miss them.
Oh, exactly. It helps to have a Wisconsin commit that's going to play defensive line for him on your center.
Physically, there's no one on the floor that is his size.
As he completes a three-point play, but.
So that'll be something they're going to have to address and move forward on. And if they double team him, they'll be fine, but they need to get the double team there right away.
Absolutely. As they get it down low to Hahn, working on Schmidt, back up top. That is Cole Dunsky that is checked in. Keller here near side working on Redmond. Gets it to Kel Dunsky. Kel Dunsky to Hahn on the far side. Hahn back to Clark Mao. Mao holding, gets it to Keller. Keller, a lot of pressure.
Runs it looks like a flex offense to me. A lot of movement. They're getting the movement, they just haven't gotten the shots yet, which they got that one to go, but they are running that flex offense, which is a lot of screening and a lot of moving positions back and forth.
Absolutely. Brock Warren gets the basket on that one and pulls them within three. This is Redmond on the far side. Back across to Vanderhoof. Down low, this is Dannon. Dannon up, yes, no! No, they will get Dannon on the offensive foul And that quickly is his second, and the second on Stratford, as we will see Riley Bauman check in for Dannon. So this is Keller to bring it through across the logo, as that wipes 2 points off the board there for Dannon. And this is Keller again, far side, gets it all the way around. This is Kaldunsky. Dunsky to Honky, a familiar name if you've been following Marathon basketball. Three-pointer, no, rebound Schmidt. And quickly ahead with Vanderhoof. Vanderhoof over to Redmond. Redmond working on Clark Mao, gets it over to Bauman. Bauman into the corner, Vanderhoof. Vanderhoof loses it, Redmond right there to pick it up. Gets it down, Bauman. Bauman floater, no. Bauman will struggle for the rebound, still loose, ends up in the hands of Honky. And Marathon quickly into the front court. Down low, Warren. Warren turns, foul counted. Brock Warren will get the basket. That one will go against
Number 11, Schmidt. That's his first team.
Chandler Schmidt, his first, team third.
Bucket plus the foul.
Official checking on Brock, but he says he's okay. Brock Warren attempting to tie this game by completing the three-point play. That would be, and that is .5 for him early on here.
So he's got 5 of their 7. He's definitely been the key to their offense thus far.
Absolutely, as we see Chandler Schmidt working on Brock Warren.
Yeah, they need to get the ball into him.
Yep,
And
into
look,
Barton.
the double's there.
Doubles there. And now the next question, when you double team, can you get the shot from?
Exactly. It's basic math, Stephen. You got it.
This is Warren here at the top. Warren gets it back to Clark Mao. As we hear the Marathon parents asking for a holding call. I mean,
Wrong sport.
wrong sport. This is Keller. And now we get a call, and that's going to be an offensive foul on Marathon. Did not see that. That'll go against Nathan Honky, his first, team third. So, pair of offensive fouls here early on, and kind of the opposite of what we saw last night with only 6 fouls and a half. 6 fouls here early on. Barton here out at the top, gets it back to Vanderhoof. Vanderhoof to Schmidt, working on Mao, to Redmond, back around to Bauman. Bauman back to Chandler Schmidt. Schmidt back to Redmond. Looking inside, seeing if he can get it down, gets it to Barton. A little further away, backing down. And the pass out of play. A good attempt at getting a charge call there by Brock Warren, but acting might not have been there.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't quite there. But, I mean, he's got to go for that, because if he sets himself a little better, he'll probably get that call just because he's so physically much bigger. But your feet have to be set. It has to be the right circumstance. Good acting will help, but it won't get you the call every time.
Nope, absolutely not, as this is Clark Mao here on all the way back around to Honky, back to Keller. Looking heavy pressure from Teddy Redmond. He is a defensive beast here for Stratford for sure, but this is Clark Mao up. They'll get the foul. Late. See who that's on. That'll go against 3, Riley Bauman. Or no, I'm sorry, 3, Cody Miller. His first, 4th on Stratford already. As that'll send Clark Mao to the line for 2. First free throw, perfect. And Marathon gets their first lead of the game. Checking in as Cody Miller will sit is, I can't see his number, 14, Jake Skurok, I believe. Yes, that is who it is, as Mao hits second.
Marathon getting it done from the line so far. It's really been what's kept him in it.
Oh, absolutely. And we look here. Schmidt working on Mao, gets it back over to Van de Hoof. Corrals that one back down. Working quickly. Anybody that's used to Marathon, you don't see a lot of that. As Redmond for three, no. Rebound Kaldunsky, and they're going to, they're going to call the travel.
He slid his foot.
Saw the official just holding his hand up there for a minute.
They do that for effects, I feel like. They just wait for everyone to gasp their breath, and then they're like, oh, travel.
So
Marathon doing a great job, though, defensively. I mean, I'm really impressed with their defense. They run a nice shell defense. They do a lot of help and recover, which is great. And I think we've seen that. I think normally Stratford isn't used to not getting this much of their offense going.
Very true. As Barton loses it, Redmond will corral it back down. Marathon, not afraid to, and they're going to get, that one's going to go against.
Yeah, his feet weren't set. That's going to be against Marathon.
Yeah, that'll go against Cole Kaldunsky, his first, team fourth. Marathon not afraid to drop into a zone. We've seen them run a 2-3 and a 1-3-1 already this year. Schmidt, three off the inbound, no. Rebound comes down to Van de Hoof, and he'll pull it back out, get it to Schmidt here in the near side, and they will reset the offense. Schmidt looking, taken away, almost. Three, no. Barton gets the rebound in traffic, gets it all the way back out. Three, no, and they're going to get Barton on the foul.
It's been physical down there, Stephen. I mean, it really is. We've seen that a couple of times.
Very, very true, and you see that a lot. And you can do that a lot when you have you have that kind of size, especially as Stratford has. As we'll see Ben Barton sit down here for a bit.
I mean, I'm all for letting kids play for the most part. You can't let it get away from you, and you have to call things that are fouls. But these refs that call really ticky-tacky things, it's like, let them play. There's going to be some contact.
Absolutely, as Stratford, Marathon into the front court. This is Hahn, and they're going to get Hahn for a travel. Trying to back down on Chandler Schmidt, and a couple times now we've seen Mike Hahn get a little bit of happy feet there.
Happy feet, yep.
So this is Van de Hoof bringing it across the line. Van de Hoof over here near side Schmidt. Schmidt driving down the baseline, tried to get into the corner, picked off by Kaldunsky, and Marathon will be not necessarily fast the other way, but Kaldunsky will hand to Colby Keller to his brother. No, rebound comes down to Redmond. Redmond quickly forward, right past the attempted charge, and in for two. First points of the game for Teddy Redmond. And a beautiful sidestep of that attempt to take a charge there by Cole Kaldunsky to get that basket. And Teddy Redmond with the steal again, and this time they're going to get Kaldunsky on the foul. That will be his second, team fifth. That'll send Redmond to the line for two, and there's that defense we were talking about early on with Teddy Redmond. He's got some really good hands to get in there and get that ball out. And
he's really athletic, and he just kind of I think he's really good at track too, isn't he?
Yes, very good.
Yeah, I seem to recall hearing that. So I mean, he's just like, he glides almost when he runs. It's like he's like a gazelle, I swear.
Yep, state qualifier in 100 hurdles, I believe it was.
Oh, there you go.
Both free throws missed. Rebound comes down to Marathon, and Jaden Keller into the front court. Gets the ball to Colby Keller. Colby to Brock Warren at the top, over to Colby Keller. Colby to Kaldunsky, back to Colby. Gets it to his brother Jaden. Jaden Keller working on Redmond. Jaden Keller, jumper from the free throw line. Up, no, rebound. Comes down to Chandler Schmidt, and quickly into the front court, gets it over here, Van de Hoof, into the corner, Redmond. Redmond, three, yes! Redmond for three, and Now Stratford with a three-point lead here as we kind of go back and forth a little bit early on. Into the corner here, that's Warren, down to Colby Keller. Colby gets it to Kel Dunsky. Back up top, Warren. Warren thought about the three for a second. Barton closed him down. Back to Colby Keller, to his brother Jaden. Jaden down low, Clark Mao. Mao working into the lane, jumper up, yes. Clark Mao with his first field goal of the game. He had 2 free throws earlier on, 4 points overall. And Redmond here to the near side gets to Barton between the circles. Barton looking, gets it to Van de Hoof, over to Schmidt in front of the Marathon bench. Tipped away, and they're going to say it wasn't tipped.
I think it was tipped, but
yeah, they don't get the
I
call.
don't know how else it would have flown that far.
Yep.
I mean,
No official saw the tip, so it'll be a turnover to Marathon. As we will see Cody Miller check in for the Tigers, as Van de Boom will bring it over to Honky on the far side. Honky. And we're going to get a kick violation on Stratford, and that will give Marathon an inbound play from underneath. Van de Boom to inbound. 6:42 left. Back and forth first half here. Pretty much what we expected. Into Keller. Colby Keller tried up, yes. Or excuse me, Jaden Keller for 2. The Keller brothers can sometimes get announcers crossed up here. But Stratford into the front court. This is Van de Boom working on Jaden Keller. Over Schmidt, long 3, no, rebound to Brock Warren. And he'll get it to Clark Mao, and Clark Mao will get into the front court, thought about the 3. Now Warren will take the 2, no, rebound to Van der Hoof. Would have been a 2 if it had gone, but Van der Hoof here on the near side gets it to all the way around here into the near corner. Down low Barton, and we're going to get a push on Warren. Not much there, but they get the call.
That was on number 33, Warren. That's his first.
That is the first on Brock Warren, 6. So just under 6 minutes, we'll see Stratford shooting free throws on their fouls. Into Van de Hoof. Or Van de Hoof to inbound. Gets it in down low Barton. Barton immediately guarded by Hahn. Gets it out to Schmidt. Into the corner, Miller. Back up to Schmidt. Guarded by Clark Mao. Probably the only spot where Stratford is giving up height here as they get it down low Barton, and Barton's going to get called for the foul. Or no, I'm sorry, Barton's going to be fouled.
they're trying really hard to get him the ball, which they need to do. I mean, Marathon's done a decent job with him, containing him.
Very true. Barton with just 4 points from the field, 5 overall, as he gets his first free throw to fall. And we are tied again at 13. And Barton will earn the bonus. Second free throw, also good. And now Stratford comes up with a 1-point lead. Nathan Trowicki checking in here for
That's a tricky
Marathon.
one, Steven.
That is going to be a very tricky one.
Jeez.
Over here to Hahn, to Van de Boom. Van de Boom gets it to Mao. Mao guarded by Schmidt. Turns, tries to drive the baseline, gets it back out top, Van de Boom. Van de Boom across to Trowicki. Trowicki to Hahn. Hahn hands back to Mao. Mao long 3, yes.
Very long.
Clark Mao with 3. He's got 7 here in the first half.
He was a good 2.5 feet, maybe 3 feet behind the line.
Absolutely, as Van de Hoof gets it down low.
See, they're trying to get him the ball.
Yep. Over here, Miller back to Schmidt. Schmidt dribbles it back up, gets it to Redmond. Redmond, they're going to get him. No.
They're calling it on Redmond.
They're going to call it on Redmond. That is the 6th on Stratford first on Redmond. Marathon fans, a little bit of delay in that call. I thought the Marathon fans were going to charge the court.
I know,
on that
I
one.
wasn't sure what they called at first. There was kind of a delay in what they did call.
Absolutely. Keller, 3, no. Rebound bounces around, ends up in the hands of Trewicki. Back out to Vandeboom. Vandeboom drives the lane over to Keller. Keller to Mao, and he'll get it to Vandeboom here at the top.
Stratford in a 1-3-1, it looks like almost.
Definitely looks like that. We're going to get a kick violation, and that'll be an inbound play. Definitely looks like definitely a 1-3-1, but uniquely, you normally see your big guy up at the top on the 1-3-1, but Barton stays down underneath.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, everyone's got their own strategy with that. Sometimes I've seen the big guy in the middle of the 3. It just kind of depends, and it looks like they're out of it now. But
Yep. Looks like they're back to a man-to-man here as they get it down to Hahn near the block. Hahn backing down, thinking, turning, blocked, and they're going to get the foul on Barton. I think that's going to go against Ben Barton, and that will be his second, team 7th, and that will send Mike Hahn to the line for 2.
that's a tough call. I don't know if I saw that one, Steven.
What
did you think?
I didn't see it either. I think he got that ball clean. And
I think it was a good block.
But first free throw, good.
Checking in for the Tigers, number 32, Zach Seitz. Timeout, Tigers.
And Stratford will take the timeout. I believe that is a full timeout as we will take it with them. 4:09 left, 17-14 Marathon over Stratford.
Are you looking to buy your first home? What about building your dream home? Maybe you're wanting to upgrade your current home. Time Federal Savings Bank's friendly and knowledgeable staff are ready to help you take your next big step. Stop by or call one of your local lenders in Eau Claire, Marshfield, Medford, Owen, Phillips, or Wausau. Time Federal Savings Bank makes it easy to apply online at timefederalsavings.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back here from Stratford as Marathon has the 3-point lead. Coming down just over 4 minutes left here in the first half. Carrie, any thoughts on what you'll see from the coaches talking to their teams at halftime?
Yeah, I mean, I think Marathon's done a great job. I think the story for them has been their defense. I've been really impressed with their defense thus far and the pressure that they've kept, on Stratford. I think Stratford came into this for sure being the favorite, but Marathon looks really great, honestly. I think they're doing good things. They just need to keep it up, and they can't get tired. They've been aggressive on defense, but that can get tiring.
So missed free throw, Clark Mao on the rebound. 3, yes! Matt Vandeboom nails the 3. And all of a sudden now it is a 6-point lead to Marathon, largest of the game. Redmond working, gets it around to Vanderhoff. Vanderhoff tries to get it down low, tipped away by Keller. That'll get to Mao, and another Stratford turnover, trying to get that ball down low. Mao almost taken away by Redmond. Redmond guarding Vandeboom, gets it to Keller here in front of the Stratford bench, gets it over here. Hahn to Mao on the near side. Mao working. Gets it back to Hahn, back to Keller. Mao at the top, 3, no. Rebound tipped out, and that will end up back in the hands of Clark Mao. Mao trying to drive the lane, gets cut off. Gets it out here to Warren. Warren gets it to Hahn. Hahn over to Keller. Keller long 3, yes.
Oh my gosh, wow.
Jaden Keller for 3, and that is another Stratford timeout, a 30-second timeout. We will take it with them. 23-14, 2:56 left.
If your path to achieving your hopes and dreams is less than clear, Meyer & Associates provides the direction and guidance that helps put things into focus. We provide financial advice and customized solutions that help take the uncertainty out of your dreams for today and the future.
We can work together to make an honest assessment, understand your options, commit to a plan. Live life brilliantly. Our team is here to help.
2:56 left, and boy, it's a different game than it was about a minute and 7 seconds ago, as a couple big threes by Marathon, and they suddenly have a 9-point lead here coming to as we approach halftime. Schmidt here to the near side, gets across to Vanderhoof. Vanderhoof backs it out, working on Hahn. Vanderhoof gets it to Redmond. Redmond working down the lane, toss to Barton. Barton up, yes. Ben Barton gets back on the board as he checked in at the timeout. And now a double team here as we see a little bit more of that 1-3-1. Clark Mao. Mao gets it to Vandeboom all the way around to Keller. Back to Vandeboom at the top. Vandeboom down the lane. Jumper gets it over Keller. Keller fakes out Redmond. Gets it back. Keller three. No. And that one will go into the corner. Vandeboom will corral it quickly ahead Redmond. Now he'll slow it down. Over to Schmidt, into the corner. Dannon for three. No. Redmond jumps practically over Warren as they're having issues getting this ball forward. But
it's getting aggressive, Steve, which is good to see. I mean, Stratford's got to, shake it up some there in that 1-3-1.
Oh, and that's going to go to Stratford. Nope. Official taking one off the top of the head there, and as the ball goes out of bounds, but it tipped off Stratford, will stay with Marathon here. 1:41 left. Gets it in cross court to Clark Mao. Mao, as we see again, this 1-3-1 look from Stratford. As Keller gets in a little bit of trouble, and we see the double team coming to Mao. Mao turns out of it. Down the lane, gets it Vandeboom. Vandeboom thought about the three, now takes the jumper. Good. Matt Vandeboom for two, and Marathon gets back to that 9-point lead.
Get him back in the game.
All right, sorry about that. We get reconnected.
Oh boy.
Three, no. Rebound comes out to Warren. Warren for three, yes.
Wow.
Brock Warren, the big guy, nailing the three.
Marathon's not slowing down.
Not slowing down at all. 32 seconds left as Stratford looks to be playing for a final shot. Get it to Redmond. Redmond dribbles here near side, trying to get down the lane, gets it out. Schmidt for three, no. No. I thought that was off of Brock Warren, but they'll call it off Ben Barton, and it is Marathon ball with 16.9 left. As we will see Miller and
Coach Schmidt's going to take those guys out so they don't get any more dumb fouls here at the end. It's a good idea.
Absolutely, as Ben Barton and Dawson Dannon will sit here for the last 16. We'll be back at halftime with a few thoughts on the game and first half stats as Clark Mao gets it, 5. Gets it to Vandeboom for three, yes!
Oh my goodness.
Matt Vandeboom with a three right before the buzzer, and Marathon will go into halftime with a 13-point lead against the number 3 team in the state in Division 4. Those just coming out here right before the game. We will take a quick break, and we will go through our first half stats here in just a moment.
At this time, we would like to thank the program Milk for Athletes for providing chocolate milk.
Colby Chrysler Center is your go-to destination for all your automotive needs. We offer a full line of Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks. And with a low-pressure sales experience second to none, we can make your buying experience special. With our Fix 'em All service department, we are here to keep you on the road running smooth and safe. We take pride in what we do and are driven to exceed your expectations. Visit us today on Highway 13 in Colby.
Are you a veteran looking to buy a new home or lower your existing mortgage payment?
At Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, we understand the sacrifices you made in serving our country. We believe it's our turn to serve you and your family.
We'll show you how to take advantage of your VA home loan benefit. At Fairway, we can finance up to 100% on the home you intend to purchase or refinance.
At Fairway, we'd be honored to help you with your financing. Stop in at one of our offices or give us a call today.
Stop in to any of our locations at Armadale, Marshfield, Withee, Greenwood, Roosevelt, Stevens Point, and Wisconsin Rapids and talk to our friendly personal bankers that are here to help you. Pioneer Bank, Equal Housing Lender and member FDIC.
Hi, my name is Barb Kuhn. I'm with Marshfield Insurance Agency. I'm the health and life producer here for the Arnoldly family. We're coming up on a busy time for health insurance, which is open enrollment for the individual and family on the healthmarket.gov. And we're also coming up on the annual enrollment period for the Medicare. The Medicare opens up on October 15th and runs through December 7th. At this time, you can make any changes that you wish to the current plan that you're on. And then we can also enroll you for coverage if it's your initial enrollment period when you're just turning 65. For the federal marketplace, the window is small. From November 1st through December 15th, you can sign up for health insurance. This is the only time you can sign up out of a special enrollment period, which includes loss of coverage for any reason. But this is a good time to get it to be effective on January 1st. You can call the agency and get an appointment at 715-387-6010.
All right, we are back. 6:07 left here in halftime as we go through our first half stats. First for Marathon, led by Brock Warren and Matt Vandeboom, both with 8. Matt Vandeboom with that late 3 there right before the end of the half. Clark Mao with 7, Jaden Keller with 5, Mike Hahn with 3, all from the free throw line. For Stratford, Ben Barton leading the way with 11 of the 18. Teddy Redmond adding 5, Chandler Schmidt with just 2. Only 3 Tigers have scored here for Stratford, so definitely a concern, I think, if you're talking for Coach Schmidt in the locker room, that he's getting only 3 of his players to get on the board here in the first half.
Yeah, they've struggled really, I think, to get going offensively. They haven't really found a flow where we saw Marathon really hit their flow. They were hitting some shots, some long-range shots, but also just like some nice jumpers and shots closer to the basket. So they were really hitting their stride. Stratford hasn't been able to do that really, and they've missed some that they maybe should have had. And you're right, when you only have 3 guys scoring, it's tough to get it done.
So we're here we got about 5 minutes here till second half, previewing the rest of the week as we are approaching the Christmas holiday. Thursday night, big girls game in the Clover Belt as the Colby Hornets will host the Neillsville Warriors. Both team one loss in conference. Neillsville just breaking into the rankings on the girls side in Division 4 at number 10. And then Friday night, we are in Spencer for wrestling. Good old non-conference battle there as the Athens Blue Jays, one of the favorites to finish at the top of the Marawood, right behind Stratford, will take on perennial Clover Belt power Spencer Columbus. So some good wrestling coming from Spencer there. And then we are off for 7 days to celebrate the Christmas holiday. We'll be back on the 27th with some basketball tournaments from Auburndale then, and then we get a whole nother almost week off before we hit our stride for the final run to the winter sport playoffs with some hockey from Medford. So some good things coming up, some big matchups here to end the week as we head into the Christmas holiday. Marathon coming out to warm up here, but we've got about 3.5 minutes till we get going with the second half, and we will be back right after this.
Are you a veteran looking to buy a new home or lower your existing mortgage payment?
At Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, we understand the sacrifices you made in serving our country. We believe it's our turn to serve you and your family.
We'll show you how to take advantage of your VA home loan benefit. At Fairway, we can finance up to 100% on the home you intend to purchase or refinance.
At Fairway, we'd be honored to help you with your financing. Stop in at one of our offices or give us a call today.
Did you know that Weiler convenience stores are hiring? Whether you are looking for a full-time cashier position or a part-time nights and weekend job that will allow you to bring home a little extra money, Weiler's can help you out. With pay starting at $11 per hour and the chance to make more on weekends and offering very flexible scheduling, why wouldn't you want to work here? Go to any one of their locations on 4th Street, Central Avenue, or at 2005 North Central Avenue and pick up an application, or go to weilerconvenience.com to print off an application.
Here at Medford Chrysler Center, we have a variety of used vehicles for any need. We carry a large selection of half-ton pickup trucks and 3/4-ton pickup trucks. We also have cars, compact SUVs to full-size SUVs. Whatever you're looking for, come see us here at Medford Chrysler Center. See Kurt or myself, Todd, for that next used vehicle.
Forward Bank, originally incorporated in Marshfield, has been around for 100 years, and in those 100 years has grown tremendously and continues to do so. With locations in Colby, Greenwood, Marshfield, Medford, Stanley, Thorpe, and Withee, they are always looking to be part of your family, business, farm, or nonprofit. For personal loans, business loans, life insurance, or homeowners insurance, stop by one of their 7 convenient locations and see how they can help you move forward.
All right, back here from Stratford as we get ready for the second half. The Stratford Tigers, bit of a hole to dig out of here as they are down big here. They're down 13 to the Marathon Red Raiders in this major Marawood Conference battle. Would knock Stratford out of the ranks of the unbeaten in conference. Now they've only played 2 games as everyone else has played a few more, but Stratford has one more game yet to finish this the first cycle through the Marawood North, as they will play Auburndale on the 3rd of January in Auburndale. So that will be kind of the last one, and then they all get a break, play some of the other teams, and then they wrap up the season playing all of each other again. So some interesting games coming up here for sure as we get ready for the second half.
It's really just getting started, isn't it, Stephen?
It's really getting started, but this is kind of the, like, they play each other early, and then they take this huge break and then they play right at the end of the year again.
I don't mind that, because you get a taste of what you're like in the beginning of the season, and then hopefully you improve as the season goes on. And, you know, these games have consequences, of course, when it comes to conference standings and whatnot, but you really see how teams progress, and the teams that are the best at the beginning of the season aren't always the ones that are best at the end. So,
absolutely, and especially this year with all of these teams from the Marawood being back into Division 4. Stratford played those couple years in Division 3, coming back down to Division 4 this year. So it's going to make for a wonderful playoff atmosphere when you've got these three teams. As we get a foul on Redmond, kind of a cheap foul there by Teddy Redmond, first on Stratford for the half. With these three teams, you've got Marathon in that, or Neilsville in that group, so some fun coming in the playoffs. But that is Keller, no, rebound, comes down Warren, up, no, rebound Hahn, he is fouled, he will go to the line for 2. Mike Hahn, 3 of 4 from the free throw line in the first half, all 3 of his points coming from there. That foul goes against Max Vanderhoof. That's his first, already the second on Stratford here. First free throw, good. $14-point lead now for Marathon as Hahn will take his second free throw. That one rolls out, rebound Redmond. So Stratford put themselves in a hole, but
yeah, they got to make this up quick, Stephen, honestly. I mean, that's a big gap to close.
Absolutely, as Redmond working on Van de Boom, gets it across. That is to Vanderhoof, to Dannon. Dannon sat most of that first half of those fouls, and we're going to get a foul on Hahn.
On number 22.
Mike Hahn, his first on Marathon here in the half, and that's 3 fouls in 45 seconds to start this half. Doesn't bode well for a nice, smooth second half.
Yeah. They got to get something going here. They got to get it going quick. It's all about momentum. You know what I mean? You got to get that momentum going, and we'll see if they can do it here.
Redmond.
That's gonna help.
Yep, that will help as Redmond.
And I do think getting him going is a key to it. They need to get Teddy going, and they need to get Ben Barton going.
Absolutely, you need that presence from the outside to keep the double team honest. And
yep.
Van de Boom will get it here near side Mao. All the way around Redmond, almost with the steal again. Gets it back to Van de Boom here. Personally, my favorite name this year in basketball in the area, and Van de Boom with the basket. And he is in double digits with 10. There's Redmond, gets a screen from Schmidt. Redmond down the lane, kicks it out. That is Van de Boom. No, rebound comes down onto the floor and bouncy.
Wow. See, those are the kind of shots they need to fall, Stephen. You know what I mean? Like, those are the kind of shots that the first half Marathon was going to fall and really help them propel them forward.
Absolutely.
So they need a couple of those to fall.
Absolutely, especially when the defender completely loses track of where his player is and you get that wide open 3.
Yep, you got to have some of those fall if you want to get back in this.
And you need a little bit of luck, like it just happening to bounce finally off of a Marathon player before going out of bounds there.
That is handy.
I think every player on the floor touched that ball at some point on that rebound. Schmidt up, no, rebound, Barton. Barton gets it taken away. And Marathon can extend their lead here over to Mao. Clark Mao working on Dannon. Gets it around up here to Van de Boom. Van de Boom to Mao, over here Hahn. Hahn has it tipped away. That ends up in the hands of Schmidt, and that will be off of Mao, and Stratford gets a turnover.
Really good hustle play there by Chandler Schmidt. And they need stuff like that to get back in this game. You need, like I said, it's all about momentum. If you can get that momentum any way possible, you got to get it swinging your way.
Absolutely, and especially in a gym like this where this crowd is going to go nuts if they get on a run.
Yeah.
So down low, that's Barton. Barton working on Warren. Barton turns up, no rebound. Taken away, but that will stay with Marathon. Ben Barton, he's getting the looks down low, and he's probably got what, a head on Brock Warren down there?
Yeah, I mean, he's gotten some decent looks. Like I said, they haven't looked fluid in any of their offensive things. Marathon has looked really fluid at times. In the first half, when they had a couple shots really fall, they looked fluid. Stratford has not looked fluid on offense at all.
And obviously the name you're not hearing today probably has a big part with that, with Vaughn Bright out still with that injury lingering from football season.
Yeah, so he's one of their best players, isn't he?
He is.
Yeah, so that's tough not having him there.
Yeah, and they're missing him and Ben last year. As Ben gets the two, I mean, him and Vaughn and Ben would run that really good high-low.
Yeah.
That just worked so well, and you can definitely see it missing here. But Clark down the lane, easy layup, Clark Mao. He's got 9. And, I mean, Stratford can't afford to trade baskets here. They need to start getting some stops.
Exactly.
Along with, gets it out, Dannon. Dannon for 3, yes. Dawson Dannon with his first points of the game as they cut it back to a 13-point lead. Now, I will say Marathon was in the similar situation a week ago against Medford and ended up sending that game and losing it in double overtime. So they can do that as Redmond,
He needs to get going.
He needs to get going. Maybe we're seeing it here.
Yeah, showing a little more fire.
It's over here, Vandeboom. Vandeboom here near side Hahn. And they're gonna get the charge. And student section wanting a technical, but thankfully the student section doesn't get to make those calls.
Thankfully. They wanted a technical, huh?
For the when he spiked the basketball there, but.
Yeah, well, they're more lenient on that. If you do it but then hand it to them, they're usually all right with it.
Oh, yeah.
But
that, and if you keep doing it, they might call you.
Yeah, exactly. If you do it once.
Schmidt 3, no. Rebound comes down to Mao. Quickly into the front court. Honky jumper, yes. Nathan Honky, his first points of the game. And now it's right back there, 13-point lead. Down, and they're going to get Clark Mao. Ooh. Clark Mao, it's only his first, though.
Number 4, Mao, that's his first. Team third.
There's a reason the parents don't get to officiate games.
Yeah.
I don't know, as you probably heard both sets of parents disagreeing on.
Somewhere in a stadium, there's always parents disagreeing with some type of call.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's got a better view,
Absolutely. Chandler Schmidt didn't see Teddy Redmond wide open. Dannon up, count it! Dawson Dannon for 2. Foul goes against number 15. Is there a 15? Or is it? Don't have a 15 on the roster, and I don't see a 15 on the floor. Ben Barton will go to the line for 2.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know what they were doing there, what they called.
Yeah.
Was it 25, did they mean?
Number 4, Mao, that's his.
So that foul goes against Mao. I do not know who that first foul was on. I don't even see a 15 on the floor. I'm guessing it was 25. Honky, if that would be his third. Barton, first free throw, no good. In this situation,
Turn for Marathon number 5,
in this situation too, I mean, you've got to hit free throws.
Yeah, exactly, Stephen. You're completely right. Those types of things will come back to bite you, especially, down the stretch in this.
And especially with Marathon suddenly 5 fouls here, 13 minutes left. Second free throw for Barton up good. And they have clawed this back to a 10-point game. as Vandeboom will bring it across. Gets it into the corner, Keller. Keller tightly guarded by Redmond. Warren back to Vandeboom. Vandeboom back up top. Kaldunsky back around Warren. Keller, three, yes. Jaden Keller for three. And Stratford's got the offense going. They just don't quite seem to have the defense going yet.
Yeah, and you're right. And they kind of dug themselves into a hole, so now they have to make up a lot of ground.
So 13-point lead. Redmond working on Vandeboom. Redmond down the lane, up, no. Rebound comes down Warren. And a little bit of backcourt pressure here from Teddy Redmond. Keller forced to pick it up, and we're going to get a timeout, full timeout. Coach Jacobson from Marathon, we will take it with him. 12:16 left, 43-30, Marathon with the lead.
Forward Bank, originally incorporated in Marshfield, has been around for 100 years, and in those 100 years has grown tremendously and continues to do so. With locations in Colby, Greenwood, Marshfield, Medford, Stanley, Thorpe, and Withee, they are always looking to be part of your family, business, farm, or nonprofit. For personal loans, business loans, life insurance, or homeowners insurance, stop by one of their 7 convenient locations and see how they can help you move forward.
Colby Chrysler Center is your go-to destination for all your automotive needs. We offer a full line of Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks. And with a low-pressure sales experience second to none, we can make your buying experience special. With our Fix 'em All service department, we are here to keep you on the road running smooth and safe. We take pride in what we do and are driven to exceed your expectations. Visit us today on Highway 13 in Colby.
And 12:16 left, 13-point lead Marathon coming out of the Coach Jacobson timeout. Marathon will inbound here, and they get it into Vandeboom. A little bit of backcourt pressure, and now Stratford backs out of that.
A little trapping in the corner.
Little trapping in the corner, taken away by Dannon.
That's
gets
what
it to
they
Barton.
need to do. They need to get some turnovers here, and they need to get some buckets.
Something to keep an eye on from Friday night. Marathon did have some trouble with that full court press that Auburndale put out there. So interesting to see if we'll see some of that here. Dawson down the lane, good. Dawson Dannon, and he's warming up here. He's got 7 in the second half already. He spent most of that first half on the bench in foul troubles. So good to, definitely a piece that was missing in that first half as it's back to an 11-point lead for Marathon. Keller here on the top gets it over Vandeboom. Vandeboom back to Mao at the top, guarded by Dannon. Mao will back it out to the center circle, near side Warren. Gets it over here to Keller, working on Redmond. Keller back to Kaldunsky, back to Warren, all the way around Mao in front of the Marathon bench. Mao working down the lane, slips. And they're going to get a foul on that. That's going to be Redmond. That's his third. Team third. Inbound to Mao. Bouncing ball there, gets it to Keller. Kaldunsky, 3. Keller with the rebound. Keller back up. No. Rebound. And that's going to go against Jaden Keller on Redmond. And that will put, that is the first on Keller. Team 6. So that means Marathon, next foul they commit, will put Stratford in the bonus. That could be a big piece here coming down the stretch.
Yeah, you're right, Stephen. That stuff, as you said, that stuff makes a difference down the stretch.
So this is Vandehoof. Vandehoof gets it in. Dawson Dannon, and he will go to the line for 2.
Stratford's definitely been more aggressive this half. I mean, there's no doubting that. They're getting, more fouls. Marathon's fouling more, and some of that's just indicative in the fact that they've been more aggressive down low.
Absolutely, we've seen a lot of that. First free throw, good.
Checking in for the Red Raiders, number 22, Han.
So 10-point lead now. Second free throw, good. 9 in the game, 9 in the half now for Dawson Dannon, as he is definitely warming up here and keeping him in trap here at the top. A little bit of 1-3-1 it looks like from Stratford again. Gets it to Kaldunsky, double team coming. Kaldunsky into the corner, picks it up, double team, and we're gonna get a timeout. And Coach Jacobson doesn't look real pleased with the play of his team in there, and we will take a timeout. Is it trying to see which type it is here? Okay, we will take it with them. 43-34. Be back after this.
Forward Bank, originally incorporated in Marshfield, has been around for 100 years, and in those 100 years has grown tremendously and continues to do so. With locations in Colby, Greenwood, Marshfield, Medford, Stanley, Thorpe, and Withee, they are always looking to be part of your family, business, farm, or nonprofit. For personal loans, business loans, life insurance, or homeowners insurance, stop by one of their 7 convenient locations and see how they can help you move forward.
10:21 left here in the second half as Marathon with a 10-point lead, forced to call a timeout on the inbound on the double team. Gets it around here. This is Vandehoof. Vandehoof cross court to Mao. Gets it. Keller. Keller into the lane. Back out to Mao. Mao dribbling up. Yes. Clark Mao with 2. So again, another case of that, trying to maybe a little bit of acting there from Chandler Schmidt, trying to get the charge call and not getting it there. But
yeah, that was, sometimes you got to try it out, you might as well go for it.
Vandehoof here on the top, gets it around Schmidt. Schmidt for 3, yes. Chandler Schmidt with his first basket of the second half, and it's a big 3. Clark Mao gets it across, gets it into that 1-3-1 zone. Ben Barton takes it away. Barton gets it to Vandehoof. Vanderhoof across the line. Back to Barton here at the top. Barton into here Schmidt. Schmidt, another 3. No, Ben Barton tried to get the rebound, bounces out to Clark Mao. And Marathon back into the front court. Gets it to Mao. Mao immediately double team, turns out of it, gets it to Keller. Keller back to Mao. This 1-3-1. Tipped away, taken by Dannon. Dannon ahead, Schmidt. Schmidt up, foul. He will go to the line for 2. See who they call that one on. That one will be on number 3, Jaden Keller, his second, team 8th. So Chandler Schmidt to the line for 2 free throws here. First free throw bounces around and in.
Returning from number 33, Warren.
So we talked a bit about it early on, that Medford game from a week ago where Marathon led by 15 with 5 minutes left and ended up losing that one in double overtime.
Yeah.
Hoping that's on Coach Schmidt's mind a little bit, and the players' mind, that this isn't a hill too big to climb, as it's only a 6-point lead now as Stratford has clawed back into this one.
Yep, they really have, and we've seen Marathon, they're struggling a little with the pressure. Again, we've seen they're struggling.
Quickly ahead, Dannon up, yes! Dawson Dannon is taking over the second half, and it is a 4-point lead for Marathon. Dannon with 11 here in the half. Taken away Redmond. Redmond on the break, up, no! And they're gonna get a foul, and that will send Dannon to the line. Redmond, I think, thought about the dunk there and didn't quite have the height, and
On number 4, Mao, that's his
I have a feeling Coach Schmidt's gonna be having a conversation with him on that one.
How cool would that have looked, though, Steven?
Very true. It would have looked really cool.
But you know what would be cooler is having those points on the board.
Absolutely, but that will send Dawson Dannon to the line for the 1-and-1. First free throw, good. Dawson can bail Teddy out here if he gets both free throws.
That's true.
But in high school, if you are going to go up for that shot, you better make it. And he does, as they get both free throws, and it is a 2-point game. how quickly it can change in high school basketball. This 1-3-1 really working.
Yeah, they're putting pressure on a Marathon, struggling with it.
Marathon struggling as Redmond tips it away. Barton picks it up again, and Stratford can tie or take the lead on this possession. Schmidt over to Redmond. Redmond, three, no, rebound, and that is going to go against, I think that's going to go against Dawson Dannon. We'll see what the official call is. Yes, it does. That one goes against Dawson Dannon, his third. Only the fourth on Stratford here as we're 8 minutes left, so.
Regardless of how this game goes, I can guarantee you Coach Jacobson is going to be talking to his boys about ball handling and handling some pressure, because it has not been very good.
Absolutely on that one. And
definitely a place they need to grow.
For sure. This is Keller. Keller, again, in the double team. Breaks it. This time it is Barton with the steal. Dannon down the lane. Up. No. Barton almost has the rebound. Now it's going to go out of bounds off of Honky. Stratford will keep it. Stratford, that pressure definitely helping them.
Yeah, it makes me wonder why they waited so long to even, you know what I mean?
Very true. I mean, it's a tough defense to play as we see Vanderboom check in. Hahn will sit for Marathon. It's a very taxing defense to play, and when you're a little light on the bench to begin with,
yeah,
maybe not necessarily something. Gets it down low. Barton up, and we are tied. Just like that, it is 45-45, 7:35 left. Whole new ball game. They stay in the 1-3-1. Over here, Mao. Mao, double team coming. Mao, taken away. Now, no, Mao takes it back down the lane. Taken away by Schmidt. Stratford pushing, down low Dannon. Dannon underneath, up, yes! Dawson Dannon with another one. Stratford with the 2-point lead, full timeout Marathon. We will be back, 7:14 left, 47-45. Stratford back in front.
If your path to achieving your hopes and dreams is less than clear, Meyer & Associates provides the direction and guidance that helps put things into focus. We provide financial advice and customized solutions that help take the uncertainty out of your dreams for today and the future.
We can work together to make an honest assessment, understand your options, commit to a plan, live life brilliantly. Our team is here to help.
This is Dustin at Abbey Ford. With winter right around the corner, it's a great time to make sure that your tires are functioning properly and that the tread is in a safe limit. You can start with the old penny trick, where you take a penny, stick it upside down on the tread. If you can see Abe's head, it's time to replace the tread in order to have maximum performance out of your tires and to be able to stop in the slippery conditions this winter. If you need any help with tires or tire repair, give us a call at Abbey Ford. We'd be glad to help you.
7:14 left. Stratford back in front, 47-45. A 8-0 run here for the Tigers as they've gone into this 1-3-1 that they're staying in here, which has worked so well for them as they get it down low. Honky. Honky up. No, rebound bouncing around into the hands of Mao. Mao almost has it taken away. Mao gets it to Vanderboom. Vanderboom double teamed immediately, dribbles around, gets it here to Clark Mao. Clark Mao, double team comes across to Keller. Keller gets it back to Mao between the circles to Vanderboom. Vanderboom, cross court Keller. Keller long three, no. Rebound will stay with Marathon. Ben Barton tried to tip that one up, a little too strong on the tip and goes out of play. But definitely seeing Marathon settling for those long threes here against this 1-3-1. As we see maybe a little bit more, and we're going to get a 5-second violation on Marathon.
Wow.
Big time turnover there. Maybe a bit of a quick 5 seconds for high school basketball.
Yeah,
but
it did seem a little quick, but I mean, you have to have that mental clock in your head where you know you're getting close. I mean,
in most games, it's about a 7-second violation, but Stratford with a chance to increase their lead. This is Vanderhoof on the near side, or far side, excuse me. Vanderhoof. Back up top, Schmidt. Inside the center circle to Redmond here on the near side. Stratford more than happy to take their time here a little bit. Vanderhoof ends up in the hands of Barton here at the top. Barton faking down low, gets it to Redmond, working on Vanderboom here to Vanderhoof. Vanderhoof, Coach Schmidt shouting instructions. Cross court Redmond. Redmond into the lane, gets it. Dannon for three, yes! Dawson Dannon now with 18 in the half. And it is a 5-point lead Stratford, under 6 minutes to play as they stay in this 1-3-1. Down low Warren, Warren up, no, rebound Barton. Barton has it almost taken away, gets it back. Now quickly ahead of Stratford. Now they'll slow it down. As we hear the standard marathon, very fast clap on defense. As it comes around, this is Vanderhoof, to Barton, around to Schmidt, and we're going to get a 3-second lane violation on Stratford. I believe they're going to get that on Dawson Dannon. Didn't see exactly who he called that on, but. So 5:18 left, Stratford turns it over. And Vanderboom will bring it through the circle. Vanderboom. Taken away by Redmond, and now they're going to get Vanderboom on the foul. That is his third and the 10th foul on Marathon. So Stratford with 2 free throws the rest of the way. Redmond 0 for 2 in that first half from the free throw line.
My high school coach always used to tell me, if you're going to get a turnover, don't make it worse by then getting a foul after you get the turnover, or after you commit the turnover.
Absolutely. Redmond misses the first. Up with the second. Gets the second. So Redmond off the schneid on the free throw line as he's now 1 for 4 and extends it to a 6-point lead. Taken away, Dannon. Dannon down the lane. Up. Foul counted. Dawson Dannon is on fire. That takes him to 20, I believe, in the half with a chance to bring it to 21. Yes, 20 in the half for Dawson Dannon, and assuming Stratford can hold this lead, I think we found our player of the game.
Yeah, hopefully.
But 5:01 left, Marathon with a lot to say on that. Free throw good, 21 in the half, and just like that, it is a 9-point lead,
wow.
Stratford. Again, a little bit of that 1-3-1 here. A little more matchup on it. Almost taken away. Redmond almost taking it away on Mao. Mao guarded, gets it out top Vanderboom. Vanderboom into the middle. Back, and bad pass taken away by Redmond. You know, you would think for a team that practices that 1-3-1 a lot on defense, they would be able to play it a little better than we're seeing here.
Yeah, I mean, you're right, it is. I mean, Stratford's playing it aggressively. They're doing a good job. They really are.
So this is Schmidt. Schmidt to Redmond on front of the Stratford bench. Redmond. Down low, Dannon up, no. Rebound comes down to Honky. And Matt Vanderboom will set the offense. Same 1-3-1 we've seen. Vanderboom working into almost a triple team there. Gets it to Mao. Mao at the top, across to Keller. Keller looking, gets it to Vanderboom. Vanderboom tipped by Redmond into the hands of Mao. Across court, Keller. Keller down the lane, loses it. That's going to go out of play off of a Stratford player and stay down here. As we see Mike Hahn check back in, Nathan Honke will sit down. So 54-45 here, 3:46 left.
Oh,
quick
gosh.
Inbound all the way across, and they won't call the. Definitely must have gained possession after. Clark Mile, 3, no. Rebound, bounces around, ends up in the hands of Hahn, trying to get it in. Tried to keep it in bounds as he was falling out, and ends up in the hands of Schmidt, and Stratford will slow this one down with 3:29 left.
Yeah, that's what they got to do. They should just take their time here.
Over to Redmond. Redmond gets it to Barton. Barton all the way around here. This is Schmidt. Schmidt gets it to Dannon. Dannon, Redmond. Redmond to Vanderhoof. And Vanderhoof will draw the foul. That one will go against Jaden Keller. That is his third. The 11th total team foul on Marathon. And that will send Max Vanderhoof looking for his first points of the game from the free throw line. First free throw, back rim, no good. So still a 9-point lead as Vanderhoof will get his second try from the free throw line. That one is up, misses.
Hit the front of the rim.
Hit the front of the rim,
though.
just barely. So, you know, it's not a huge deal there as it's a Marathon rebound, but if it misses, it's supposed to whistle it dead. And this is Keller. Keller into the middle there. Mike Hahn. Hahn can't get anywhere. Gets it over Vanderboom. Vanderboom into the trees, and they're going to get a foul. Ooh. That's going to be a bit of a cheapie there on number 10, Vanderhoof. So only his second, but the fifth. But definitely not a foul they needed there as the ball was clearly pretty far up on that one.
Yeah. I don't know if they're trying to even it out some. You know, sometimes they do that. Even out the fouls, I'm saying, but.
Absolutely. As Vanderboom hits the first free throw. That too, and it's probably not the worst thing for Stratford to get up to at least like 5-6, just in case they lose the lead and they can get their fouls a little bit quicker. Second free throw, good. Vanderboom's got 6 here in the second half, 14 overall. As Schmidt quickly to the front court, down the lane, gets it all the way over Redmond. Redmond in the corner, dribbles it back out top, gets it to Vanderhoof. Vanderhoof will set the offense, so 2.5 left, and they're going to foul him. Clark Mao on the foul. That'll be his fourth, excuse me. The 12th on Marathon, and that will send Max Vanderhoof to the line for 2 more. First free throw, good. 55-47, maybe a little bit of the old hack-a-shack mentality after the 2 misses.
Could be. I mean, those are his first point. Up until that, we only had 4 people from Stratford scoring by my calculation, which is going to be something they're going to need to address because they're going to need more people to score going forward.
Absolutely, because you can't keep the same 5 on the floor.
Exactly. And granted, they don't have Vaughn in the game for them right now, but still.
And Mao down the lane, up, no, rebound, Warren up, fouled. And he will go to the line for 2. Brock Warren looking for his first points of the second half. That foul on Redmond, that's his 4th, team 6th, so 2:17 left, and Marathon will get into the bonus on the next Stratford foul. Brock Warren takes his time, first free throw up, good. Marathon cuts the lead to 12. Nope, not 12. 7, excuse me. Off by 5 there.
Steven, got some math?
Never said I was a math genius, that's for sure.
Sports.
Second free throw by Warren, good, and I can do the math on that one. It is now a 6-point lead for Stratford. Gets it into Redmond, bit of full court press here.
Marathon putting the pressure on here.
And now...
Which they need to.
They absolutely need to. A Schmidt. And nope, they're going to get... I'm not sure. No, that's going to go against Schmidt. A unique hand motion. Usually you get that hand behind the head and the run down the court with the arm out.
Yeah,
but
it was a delayed call. Again, they do this stuff for dramatics, I think. I don't know.
Maybe, but either way, it's a foul on Schmidt. Offensive foul, and now they're going to get out of bounds off of Schmidt. Ball must have... Hard to see the sideline from our vantage point here on this near side through the Stratford fans, but gets it into the backcourt here, Mao into the front court. Gets it to Vanderboom. Stratford staying in this 1-3-1. Gets it over Vanderboom. Vanderboom into the lane, up, all the way cleared through, and that's out of play. Turnover to Stratford with 1:48 left.
That's a missed opportunity. He was open down there.
Absolutely. And just a little too strong on the pass. And now we're going to get a timeout Coach Schmidt, as he wants to talk it over with his Tigers, we will take it with him. Reset it for you after the timeout. 1:48 left. It is 55-49 Stratford.
Forward Bank, originally incorporated in Marshfield, has been around for 100 years, and in those 100 years has grown tremendously and continues to do so. With locations in Colby, Greenwood, Marshfield, Medford, Stanley, Thorpe, and Withee, they are always looking to be part of your family, business, farm, or nonprofit. For personal loans, business loans, life insurance, or homeowners insurance, stop by one of their 7 convenient locations and see how they can help you move forward.
If your path to achieving your hopes and dreams is less than clear, Meyer & Associates provides the direction and guidance that helps put things into focus. We provide financial advice and customized solutions that help take the uncertainty out of your dreams for today and the future.
We can work together to make an honest assessment, understand your options, commit to a plan, live life brilliantly. Our team is here to help.
All right, back here, 1:48 left. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. 55-49, Stratford with the lead, as we see, again, as we'd expect, full court press here from Marathon. Vanderhoof to inbound, gets it into Schmidt. Schmidt, double team, gets it back to Vanderhoof. Vanderhoof needs pushing here as now they get the foul. So follow Vanderhoof, definitely the person you want to follow. Not 100% sure why Coach Schmidt would have him out here.
He's not a good. How's he done at the line?
He's 1 for 3 from the line so far. As he will go for 2 more.
Yeah.
That foul against first free throw, and then the announcer's curse strikes again, or in that
there
case,
you go.
That case the anti-curse, as Clark Mao will check back in. Honky will sit. Mao with those 4 fouls, so should see some offense, defense there. Second free throw, good. So Vanderhoof with 3 here in the second half. He's back up to 50% on free throws for the game. Almost taken away, and they're going to get Clark Mao for the backcourt violation as he tried to ball tipped away and tried to get back across the line there, and that's not something Marathon can afford. Han and Honky check back in. The 2 Raiders in foul trouble here. For the 2 Raiders in foul trouble, as they will get in the backcourt to Schmidt. Schmidt guarded by Vanderboom. Schmidt gets it to Redmond. Redmond looking, I think they're looking for the right matchup. Gets it to Schmidt, and that's going to be a foul. Again, a bit of a delayed call as he kind of caught Schmidt at the down around the legs and kind of spun Schmidt to the ground there. But so that'll move Kaldunsky to his 4th. Lost count, I mean, it's over 10 fouls on Marathon, so that's all that really matters here. But a foul-filled second half for Marathon, definitely putting them in a rough spot, as that will send Chandler Schmidt to the line and hit his first.
Foul-filled, but also, I mean, the turnovers were just incredible on that. The press that Stratford put on Marathon just couldn't handle the pressure. That's going to be something they need to address. They showed, I mean, their first half was amazing, but their second half, they've got some work to do.
And we've seen that a lot as Schmidt goes 2 of 2 from the free throw line, and 10-point lead here now. You know, from Marathon this year and in past years, just not quite able to hold leads like that.
Yeah.
As we see, stay in that 1-3-1. Kaldunsky up, no. Warren the rebound, back up, blocked by Barton. As Schmidt comes up, gets it across the line, gets it to Dannon, ball bouncing around, and now Stratford turns it over. So an empty possession for Stratford. Mao to the front court, gets it to Kaldunsky. Kaldunsky thought about the 3, had Redmond staring him down. Now as Schmidt will dribble up, lay it in. Chandler Schmidt for 2 more. And now we're going to get a body call. End to Schmidt. So Schmidt will get the foul, his 3rd, team 8th. So that will send Kaldunsky to the line for the 1-and-1, looking for his first points of the game. Stratford fans not agreeing with that call. First free throw, good. Kaldunsky earns the bonus. Can get it back to a 10-point lead here. Stratford resets their defense. Second free throw, Kaldunsky is up. Bounces all over the rim, but goes in. So full court press. And they get it. Oh! And that's going to go the other way, and that's going to be inbounded all the way down, and Coach Schmidt is incensed on that play. So being the ball was never touched, inbound comes back underneath for Marathon, so they don't even have to get the length of the floor on this one. You get inbound from underneath. Up top, that is Keller. Keller, here Kaldunsky for three, no, rebound, and that's going to be on Barton. I think they're going to call that one on Ben Barton. We're waiting here. Yes. Ben Barton will commit the foul, his third, team 9th, and that will send Brock Warren to the line for the 1-and-1. So a little bit of sloppy play here at the end for Stratford.
Yeah, it's definitely gotten more intense, more sloppy, more. I mean, it's just, I'm not surprised. That's just how it's. They're trying to get scrappy. They have to get the ball back. That's just how it goes.
As Vanderhoof will come down the lane, gets his first field goal of the game. He's got 3 from the foul line here in the second half. And Stratford back out to a 12-point lead. Down low, Kaldunsky up. Warren, no. Rebound, Schmidt, and he'll hold with 10 seconds left. And Stratford will come from behind us. He does have to get it across the line. And that will do it as the Stratford Tigers come from behind to take down the Marathon Raiders and stay undefeated in the Marawood South, 63-51. We'll be talking with Coach Schmidt and our player of the game, which I think we both agree will be Dawson Dannon, right?
I think so. I think so.
We will talk to both of them here in just a moment.
How many total?
What? Total. 21 total, 21.
So he didn't score at all in the first half?
He spent most of the half on the bench, so.
Why?
Fouls. So. Yep. Sorry about that. We lost our connection to the camera there for a minute, so go back through the stats one more time just in case we lost some as we wait for Coach Schmidt and Dawson Dannon. Marathon led by Matt Vandeboom with 14, Clark Mao added 11, Brock Warren with 10, Jaden Keller with 8, Mike Hahn with 4, all from the free throw line, Nathan Honke with 2, Cole Kaldunsky with 2. For Stratford, story of the night, Dawson Dannon, 21, all in that second half. Big second half there from Dawson Dannon. He spent most of the first half on the bench in foul trouble, so really exploded there in the second. Chandler Schmidt with 11. Ben Barton with 16. He was frustrated a bit there in the game as they really focused on him there. And then we've got Teddy Redmond with 10 and then Max Vanderhoof 5, including 3 of 6 from the free throw line. Big win here for Stratford. Sets up a battle of unbeatens most likely down in Auburndale, at least for sure battle of unbeatens in the Marawood, as Auburndale and Stratford will face off on the 3rd. You can watch that game live right here at onfocus.news/sports or across our Facebook platforms. As we get set, that's going to be a big game in Auburndale. Big game in Auburndale. We're excited for that one. We're excited to talk to Coach Schmidt here, and we will take a quick break as we wait for Coach Schmidt and the team to come back from the locker room. We will take a quick break and be back with you here in just a moment.
Did you know that Weiler convenience stores are hiring? Whether you are looking for a full-time cashier position or a part-time nights and weekend job that will allow you to bring home a little extra money, Weiler's can help you out. With pay starting at $11 per hour and the chance to make more on weekends and offering very flexible scheduling, why wouldn't you want to work here? Go to any one of their locations on 4th Street, Central Avenue, or at 2005 North Central Avenue and pick up an application, or go to weilerconvenience.com to print off an application.
Colby Chrysler Center is your go-to destination for all your automotive needs. We offer a full line of Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram trucks. And with a low-pressure sales experience second to none, we can make your buying experience special. With our Fix-em-all service department, we are here to keep you on the road running smooth and safe. We take pride in what we do and are driven to exceed your expectations. Visit us today on Highway 13 in Colby.
If your path to achieving your hopes and dreams is less than clear, Meyer & Associates provides the direction and guidance that helps put things into focus. We provide financial advice and customized solutions that help take the uncertainty out of your dreams for today and the future.
We can work together to make an honest assessment, understand your options, commit to a plan, live life brilliantly. Our team is here to help.
Forward Bank, originally incorporated in Marshfield, has been around for 100 years, and in those 100 years has grown tremendously and continues to do so. With locations in Colby, Greenwood, Marshfield, Medford, Stanley, Thorpe, and Withee, they are always looking to be part of your family, business, farm, or nonprofit. For personal loans, business loans, life insurance, or homeowners insurance, stop by one of their 7 convenient locations and see how they can help you move forward.
All right, Dawson, you had some foul trouble in the first half, so you spent a lot of time on the bench, but the second half was a totally different story. Tell us some about your mindset going into the second half.
So I knew during the we could still win the game and come back, but I know we were behind and stuff, and in the end we ended up switching to our 1-3-1. Good game, buddy. We ended up switching into our 1-3-1, which I've always played the top, and my teammates kept getting steals, and I just took off and was able to get some easy buckets.
What did Coach say at halftime? You guys didn't play your best basketball in the first half, but you really turned it around in the second half. I mean, it was like night and day. So what did he say to you guys at halftime?
He told us not to worry about it, just set up offense, run it, and I guess play hard, fight till the end, because he knew we could win the game.
Yeah, you had an incredible second half. I mean, how did you feel out there? You're right, the 1-3 run really turned it around for you guys, but you were on fire. I mean, you had 20-some points just in the second half. How did you feel?
I felt great out there. My teammates got me on the offense. I was able to hit some threes, and then, like I said, the 1-3-1, I was just easy to get some layups.
All right, thank you so much, Dawson. Great game.
Thank you.
Here at Medford Chrysler Center, we have a variety of used vehicles for any need. We carry a large selection of half-ton pickup trucks and 3/4-ton pickup trucks. We also have cars, compact SUVs to full-size SUVs. Whatever you're looking for, come see us here at Medford Chrysler Center. See Kurt or myself, Todd, for that next used vehicle.
Back here from Stratford, Coach Schmidt on with the radio, so we're going to let him do that. Dawson Moen, our player of the game, though, we did get a chance to talk to him. 21 points all in the second half. As we get ready for Clover Belt Conference girls basketball on Thursday, Neillsville, Colby, both teams one loss, both teams in that four-way tie at the top of that Clover Belt Conference. So we're going to see what happens coming up from there, but until Thursday night, we're going to take a couple days off, and thank you to Carrie Gillespie for coming on board and helping us out here tonight, and we will see you Thursday night from Colby.